Hello, saxophone players. Mr. Fitz here with my saxophone. And it's time for line number 84, Go for Excellence, which is the second song of the Brown Belt. And I'm going to play it for you, then we'll talk about how to go about learning it. Okay, so I'm going to lower this a little bit so you can see my fingers a little better. Here goes. 1, 2, 3, Alrighty then. Okay, so here's the thing about this song. Aside from having all sorts of cool stuff going on in it, one of the main things that they're trying to teach you about is how to tell from your key signature whether to play F or F sharp, and then also that they can give you a sharp symbol within the measure to make Fs into F sharps, all right? So here's what I want to talk about. Let me just turn this around here so you can see this, and hopefully this will all be in the screen, right? So at the beginning of the song in this, you notice that there's no sharps in the key signature, sort of unlike this one here that had a sharp sign. So what that's going to tell you is that every note that you're going to play is a natural note, meaning it's not flat and it's not sharp, okay? Over on this page over here, we learned how to play the note F, which is played with 3 on the top and the first finger on the bottom, okay? Now F is different from F sharp. F sharp we had way back on page 11, okay, and notice that it's 3 on top, middle, and the bottom. And F sharp is a slightly higher sounding note than an F. All right, back to this. So you'll notice here, though, that they give you a sharp symbol in this measure here. So that's going to be an F sharp. And because the rule says that the sharp is good for the rest of the measure, that's also an F sharp, right? Here we got F sharps, but here's where the kicker is. This is not written with a sharp in front of it. There is one here, but not there. So you're going to play an F there, then an F sharp, okay? So that's the biggest thing about this, is you want to make sure that you make the difference between the Fs and the F sharps. So like this one right here, for example, hopefully you realize that this is going to be F because they're not telling you to play F sharp over here. And they didn't give you one of the sharp symbols. Here they do, okay? Here they do, but look at this, here they don't. So you have to be able to be prepared and kind of figure that out. All right, now as far as things go, my advice always when you're learning songs like this is to break it down into parts and to do 2 measures at a time. So what I'm going to do right now for the next couple of minutes is break down the first 4 measures of this song, and I'll do it 2 measures at a time. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the notes and I'm going to say the rhythm with the tas and the titis. So here I go for the first 2 measures, and I'd like you to kind of follow the music along with this, and then stop it, and then kind of say it along with me. All right, so here goes. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ta. All right, not too bad. So what you should do is make sure you can tap your foot and do that. All right, now stop the video if you need to, and then back it up and try it a few times. All right, now once you can do it with your voice, then what you do is you just pick one note on your saxophone. I'm going to just pick a B here. I'm going to play the rhythm using B. Here I go. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, and again with that, what you do is practice it. Make sure that you can tap a steady beat and you say the tas and the titis on the note B. Okay, so the third step is to say the names of the notes and push the buttons like this. C, G, F sharp, G, C, C, G, G, F sharp, G. So now that was easy for me to do because I've done it a gazillion times, all right? But if you can't do that and say that and push those buttons and keep a steady beat with your foot, then what you want to do is practice it. Then finally, the last step is to play it. Okay, so you break it down into those 4 parts. Now, in certain sections of this song, there are slurs, and so when you get to that part, what you do is you do the 4 steps and you leave the slurs out, and then as a 5th step, you add the slurs in, okay? All right, now, I want to just talk about the third and the fourth measure here before we end this video, and that is where you're going to go C, G, F, F, F sharp, G. Now they show an asterisk there with that F sharp, and that's asking you to use an alternate F sharp fingering. You could ignore that if you'd like. You could just play the regular fingering for F sharp, okay? If you're interested, the alternate fingering is shown in line number 79 on the previous page. But mainly what we want to do is get used to switching between F and F sharp by being able to read the music. All right, so now I'm going to say the two measures, the third and the fourth measure. I'll go through the 4 steps. Step 1, 1, 2, ready, say it. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, rest. Practice that, then play it on one note. This time I'll do it on a C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, third step is to say the notes and push the buttons. So here I go. C, G, F, F, F sharp, G, rest. And last step is to play it. Sorry about that squeak. Okay, so I hope that helps you. Break it down like that in 2 measure segments. Say the rhythm, okay? Play the rhythm on one note. Say the note names to the rhythm while pushing your buttons, and then finally play it. And then lastly, if you have slurs or any other things like louds and softs, add that in after as like an additional step. Have fun.